Hey everyone, it's Sean and welcome to Invest with Fire. In this video, we're going to take a look at the Cardano on-chain analytics to give us a feel of how ADA is doing. I'm making this video because I feel like there's some sentiment out there of people saying that Cardano is dead. And Cardano is far from dead. And we're going to take a look at some of the analytics. And all this analytical data came from Into the Block. And on the right-hand side, I have Cardano and the on-chain analytics. And the left-hand side, I have Ethereum's on-chain analytics. Now, the reason why I have Ethereum's on-chain analytics is because I see Cardano as my hedge against Ethereum. So it's kind of just my insurance policy if Ethereum doesn't work out for some crazy reason, which I don't think is going to happen. Also, Cardano is a great project, but they just move a little slow. So first off, we're going to take a look at the historical in and out of the money. So this just shows you what happens if you held on Cardano for a certain period and if you sold Cardano for over a certain period. And basically, it just shows you the momentum of money coming in and out. And it shows you the difference between if you held and sold at a certain amount of time. So you can see right here, this line right here, this is the price of Cardano. And as you can see, when the price goes up, more money comes in and less money comes out, right? It makes sense. And it just shows that when the price goes up, I mean, obviously, you're going to potentially profit more. And this is what this graph is basically show you. And if the in and out of the money graph for Ethereum shows the same thing. You know, it shows the ebbs and flows, especially when the price spikes. That's when, of course, you're going to be making more money. So that means you're going to be in the money. So it's nothing different between the two. I mean, it just shows the ebbs and flow, really, of just the price action or the momentum of money coming in and out. Now, this next chart I want to show you are the number of large transactions. Now, this is important because you can see the activity of large whales and institutions. And when they start buying up or selling something, it will drive up the price up or down. So as we can see, for like Ethereum, when the price went up, that's when the number of large transactions spiked. And this large spike right here could have been these large institutions selling. And we see the same thing with Cardano, right? When the price goes up, the number of transactions go up too. What's interesting though, comparing Cardano to Ethereum, is that around August is when large institutions started bidding up and buying Cardano, and correspondingly the price went up. Then it dropped off right here. And my speculation is because that's when Cardano launched its smart contracts platform. So it seemed like the institutions were bidding up the price because of the anticipation of these smart contracts. And Ethereum doesn't have this because they didn't really release anything like that because they already have smart contracts. Also pay attention to the scale because the scale for Cardano is smaller than Ethereum, and that's because Cardano is 6 times smaller in terms of market cap than Ethereum. So Ethereum definitely will have more transactions because it's a larger platform and there's many more applications on it right now. Now it looks like the activity of these addresses corresponds with the price. I mean, that makes sense. And we see this sharp drop right here, and this is due to because of Cardano's implementation of smart contracts. But we can still see here that the active addresses are staying stable. Even though the price is dipping right here, the addresses are still right here and they're staying stable. And I believe that's because there's a large amount of people staking their ADA. Total number of addresses is a very good indicator to watch because it shows you how many people are entering an ecosystem. So the more people that enter an ecosystem, of course, the more money that flows in. Now with Cardano, we can see that there's a sharp increase from the end of September till now, and we increased around 2.39 million, and now we're at 3.3 million addresses. With Ethereum, they also had an increase too, but just pay attention to the scale because the Ethereum has a lot more addresses, and they have a total of 62.99 million addresses. Now the difference of total addresses shows you how much room Cardano has to grow, even though it's the number 3 or 4 total market cap cryptocurrency out there. So even though the market cap is really high, it still has room to grow because, as I mentioned before, Cardano is still 6 times smaller than Ethereum. Now the average time between transactions. This is a bearish indicator for Cardano because, as we can see, the average time is increasing. It's increasing from 10 to 20 and now spiking up to 30. So this may be a spike or this may be a continuing trend. I'm not sure. But with Ethereum, we're going sideways. And right now, the time is 13 seconds between transactions. So, of course, obviously, if the average time increases for transactions, that's bad. But this just may be a spike, and I will keep an eye on this. Now, this next indicator is ownership, and this is a bullish sign for Cardano because the number of whale concentration is only 7.6% versus Ethereum is at almost 21%. So this just shows you that whales are less likely to manipulate the price of Cardano because there's just a smaller percentage of them compared to Ethereum. Now these two pie charts add on to the previous indicator, and this just shows you the concentration of the 3 types of owners, where you have retail, you have whales, and investors. An investor has about 0.1 to 1% of the total circulating supply. Whales have more than 1%, and retail has less than 0.1%. Now, you can see here, for Cardano, the whales only own 7.6%, versus Ethereum, the whales own about 20%. And so this is definitely a good sign, right? Because the less whales you have, the less manipulation that these whales can do with manipulating the price of ADA. Now, these bar graph shows you the addresses who've held on between 1 to 12 months. And we can see here that the addresses are definitely increasing. And this is a good trend for Cardano. And like I mentioned, Cardano is less known compared to Ethereum. But this is a really good trend that more people know about it and are holding on to their ADA. And this bar graph shows traders. Traders are addresses that have held on for less than a month. And as you can see here, there's some volatility here, and that makes sense because traders are going to be trading according to the price. So of course, when the price spikes, the amount of traders will go up. Now here's a fun indicator. This is the Twitter sentiment, and this just shows you the positive, negative, and neutral tweets that go out. I'm just really curious how they even classify this. But of course, when the price goes up, the activity goes up, and it looks like the negative sentiment definitely increases when the price, kind of gets to the tail end of the peak right here. And that makes sense, right? Maybe people are calling out that it's going to crash. And so this is kind of interesting to see. And this graph just shows you that when everyone's talking about it on Twitter, YouTube, or all your friends are talking about it, it's probably not a good time to buy into that cryptocurrency because that means it's reaching ultimate hype. So it's definitely better to get into something when no one's talking about it. So in conclusion, it's looking very bullish for Cardano. The two bullish indicators are that the total addresses are going up and the hodlers and cruisers are increasing. And this can be summarized into more people are buying ADA, right? And since more people are buying it up, that increases the price, increases the market cap, and this also means that more people are believing into the vision of Cardano and what it can do. So that's it, everyone. If this video was helpful, please like. It helps with the algorithm. And if you want to receive more videos like this, consider subscribing. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.